So, as we are saying that plants are autotrophic in their nature and they derive the energy from sunlight. If they are deriving the energy from sunlight, we call them as photoautotrophs. And in the same way, there are some bacteria which will derive the energy from oxidation of the inorganic chemicals. So, we call them as a chemoautotrophs. Likewise, based on the source of energy in autotrophs also two types are present. And when it comes to the heterotrophic type of organisms, particularly fungi and bacteria are the one which will be the part of this heterotrophic type of nutrition, which will depend upon others for the nutrition, or they are acquiring the nutrients or nutrition from the other living organisms. In this process, some of them are taking the source of energy from inorganic chemicals, that is oxidation of the inorganic chemicals, and some of them are acquiring directly in the form of organic chemicals. So, likewise a variation can be seen. And apart from that one, there are some other mechanisms are there, like parasitic type of nutrition, symbiotic type of nutrition, and also saprophytic type of nutrition. Symbiotic type of nutrition can be seen in the best examples like lichens, where an algal member and the fungal member are associated with each other, and this mutual beneficial association helping in the to form an association or a beneficial association called as a lichens. And likewise saprophytic type of nutrition is there, where some of the decomposers will act on the dead and decay organic materials and acquire the nutrients. In that process, they will break down the complex organic molecules into simpler form. When they break down, they utilize that simpler organic molecules for their metabolic functions, and remaining will be left out, which will be released into the soil. Likewise, they are used as a recyclers, that is the nutrients are recycled between the atmosphere and the soil. So, likewise the nutrition will be of different types, and let us come to the mineral nutrition in the plants. So, already we had discussed about what are nutrients and what is nutrition. Now, what is mineral nutrition? So, we know that the plants require minerals for their metabolic activities, for like growth, reproduction, development. For all the functions they require these minerals. Okay, not only this one, they require minerals for the activation of enzymes and also production of some plant growth hormones also. So, likewise they are indirectly or sometimes they are directly helping in the growth and development process. So, here what do you mean by the mineral nutrition? So, here the process of acquiring the minerals. So, already we said that nutrition means uptake and utilization of the minerals that are required for producing energy, we said. But here the process of absorption, or we can say uptake and conduction. So, conduction means transportation and utilization of the minerals for metabolic activities or metabolic functions in the plant. So, likewise we know that plants will absorb the minerals from the soil, that is uptake and transportation of these minerals to different parts of the plant body, and utilization of those elements in different parts for various metabolic activities. So, this process is called as a mineral nutrition in the plants. So, let us see the history account related to the mineral nutrition. So, the first scientist is a Van Helmont. He was the first person to say that the plants require the nutrition, or first to say about nutrition in plants. Then next one is a Woodward. So, Woodward is a scientist who said that the soil provide nutrition to the plants for their growth and other processes. And next scientist is D. Sasio. He said that the plants absorb nutrients from the soil. And one more scientist, Liebig. So he had proposed an law called as law of minimum. So according to this hypothesis said by or given by Liebig, so provided with all type of factors which are required for growth and development of the plant or yield of the plant, but the factor or the element which is provided in a least quantity will determine the rate of production. That means the yield of the crop will depend upon the yield of the crop depend on the factor present in minimum quantity. So provided with all other type of elements or the factors in the required quantity, so despite of all others in the required quantity, so the yield will depend upon only that factor which is present in the minimum quantity. So once this minimum quantity have been exhausted or utilized by the plant, the production or yield of that crop will be stopped. Likewise, the yield will depends upon the factor present in a minimum quantity. So that says that the significance of the mineral elements in the growth and development and also in the yield or production of the crop plants. The plants contain minerals and organic nutrients. Let us see this fresh weight, dry weight and plant ash. So fresh weight, actually what is a fresh weight means? We know that plants are living organisms which contain a major portion occupied by the water, and we know that every cell have nearly about 90% of water. Not only the cytoplasmic content but other compositional structures also contains the major part as the water. So here if you pluck a plant from the field and remove all that soil particles from the which have been stuck to the root, when we weight that plant, that weight whatever we are getting is called as a fresh weight. So this fresh weight includes the weight of the fresh body, that means which includes the water, organic compounds and also the inorganic compounds which are present in the plant body. Then dry weight. After doing the fresh weight, so we have to keep this plant body in a oven at about 600 to 700 degrees of centigrade, and when it is kept in the oven from 600 to 700 degrees of temperature, what happens is the water which is present in the cellular content will be exhausted or will be removed, and only water is removed from the cellular components, and only what is left out is only that organic and the inorganic substances will be present in the plant. So this whatever the weight of the organic and inorganic substance we get, we call that as a dry weight of the plant. Simply to say, excluding the water, the remaining weight of the plant is called as a dry weight. And what is a plant ash? So after we getting this dry weight, we have to keep this plant in a, we have to heat the plant at 600 degrees of centigrade, and what happens is the organic compounds and the inorganic compounds which are present, particularly the organic compounds which contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Apart from that one, they also contains the other minerals. So here these all these compounds will be lost in the form of gases. So when this as we know that when it is burnt, the smoke will come. So the smoke will having the gases which are being released from the organic compounds, and the remaining powdery matter which is left out is called as a plant ash. So likewise we can see that fresh weight, dry weight and the plant ash of the plant body. So the plant ash will help in the analyzing the various types of chemical compounds or the mineral elements which are present inside the plant body, like presence of sodium, sulfates, carbonates like compounds, and sodium, potassium, manganese type of elements can be analyzed by using the plant ash. So these are the various methods of identifying the presence of various types of elements inside the plant body. Okay, when we take the dry weight of the plant body, we said that it contains both organic and also the inorganic compounds. So out of the total weight, that is if we consider the total dry weight as 100%, of that 90% is occupied by the organic compounds and remaining 10% is occupied by the inorganic compounds. That means organic compounds will occupy the major weight in the dry weight of the plant body.